Thank you all for coming. Events like these are not successful without an audience, nor do they happen without the efforts and financial support of many offices and people on campus. With that in mind, I would like to thank the Residential College, the Department of Classical Studies, the Language Resource Center, Context for Classics, the Kelsey Museum, and Arts at Michigan. It's my very great pleasure today to introduce Professor David Money of Cambridge University, where he serves on the Faculty of Modern and Medieval Languages. A graduate of Oxford University, Professor Money's list of publications, both Latine et Anglicae, both in English and in Latin, is long and impressive. It ranges from classical authors through a whole range of Renaissance and Neo-Latin authors, famous and obscure. Perhaps of equal interest to this crowd, however, would be a few words about his writing career and how he got started. Without any formal coursework, Professor Money started writing Latin verse as a 16-year-old high school student. Apparently, he had become bored with mere Latin and Greek prose composition, including imitations of, for example, Plato and Demosthenes. He knew writing poetry had been done in the past and figured he would have a go at it. He was lucky to have a teacher who gave him a book to get started and who was willing to help. The rest, as they say, is history. So now, nearly 30 years later, participants of Interversiculus, an 8-day workshop in Latin verse composition, reap the benefits of Professor Money's efforts over the years. This week, 16 participants from around the world, from Australia, Italy, California, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and even from Michigan, participants who range from 15 years of age on up, will not put the other in there. Participants who include high school students, college students, graduate students, high school teachers, university teachers, and armchair Latinists, by which I mean interested amateurs. This group of people have convened for 8 days to try our hand at writing poetry in Latin. On this adventure, Professor Money, and now I really do need to switch and call him David, is our guide and mentor. He helps us revive this almost lost art. With us, he is sharing not just some arcane theory of composition, but his experience, the tricks and tools of his trade. With us, he demonstrates his own approach to writing poetry, and with him, we behold the miraculous process of a composition unfold. Yesterday, we watched him pull an elegiac couplet together in 6 minutes. Very exciting stuff. And after sharing so generously, after reminding us repeatedly to start at the end, to solve the hard parts of the line first, he sets us on our tottering feet as we try to develop our own poetry legs. And then he lets us go, fully prepared for the triage that will inevitably follow. And this is the other part of a training. As important as rules of meter and strategies for writing successful verse, we need to learn how to fix lines that don't comply with our wishes. And for most of us, this is most lines, at least at first. David's ability to transform a broken line of poetry into something that works is almost magical, and he is at pains to teach us this important art as well. Both creator and fix-it man, we could all long sing David's praises, but now I will turn the floor over to him and let him enchant you all as he has already done us. Today, Professor Money will talk to us about the art and process of writing poetry and will read his own compositions. Following the reading, you are invited to join with us in a discussion about writing verse in Latin. repair to the Kelsey Museum for more casual conversation and refreshment. Professor David Monday.